Hello lovelies, and welcome to Witchcraft and Reveries, where we chat about all things tarot, oracle, witchcraft, and spirituality. Today I'm going to be unboxing a lovely, very large package from Three Trees Tarot, which is over in the UK, and I am so excited. So let's get into it. I went ahead and I ordered everything from their website. I've been kind of coveting their decks for a while. I was like, you know what? I need these decks in my life. I actually ordered the bundle of all the decks from this deck creator because it helped me save on shipping, and also there was a sale going on. So I will link that down below, their website, where you can purchase the decks. But we have 4 decks to get into today, so this might be a long one. Go ahead and sit down, grab yourself a cup of tea or a beverage. You know, whatever you need to do, because we're going to be here for a while. Okay, so this box is quite large. Like I said, comes packaged lovely like this. Let's get all the decks out. Little ASMR moment. Oh my gosh, there is so much in here. We have all 4 of the decks, plus loads of packing peanuts. Oh my goodness, look at. I love when deck creators just go above and beyond with the packaging. It makes the experience so much more personal and fun. That is the love and joy of indie decks, right? Okay. Here are all of the decks. And then in the box, there was also this lovely little stack of cute, fun things that we're going to get into. A little thank you. You guys, I'm so excited about this. I've been, oh, look how cute this is. The artist of these decks really speaks to my soul. It reminds me of all of the beautifully illustrated children's books I used to read when I was a kid, like Corduroy, Frog and Toad, that kind of almost really beautiful, intricate line work and just gorgeous attention to detail. We have this little guy here, another thank you. Looks like these are little, they're stickers. Look how cute. Then we have, oh, you know what? I forgot. Now I remember. They are doing a revamp of their decks. I chose to get the older versions because I really love the backs on them. Comes with another lovely little sticker. We have this. Wow, this is so much. Got this beautiful little so many lovely little goodies, and this is clearly a card from the deck. You know what? And death is my birth card, so that is just, it's not a card that I feel any fear around. Death and the Emperor. If any of you guys know your birth cards, why don't you comment them down below? I think that'd be cute. So that's the first one. I think this is for Heartwood. Then there's this one. Wow. Yeah, so these are all little intro packets to each one. Oh my goodness. Okay, so instead of showing you guys every single one of these, I think I'm gonna designate them to each deck. Oh, these are magnets. Thank you, Three Trees Tarot. This is incredible. It's always just so beautiful when deck creators go to these lengths to create an experience for you as you're unboxing. I am so beyond happy that I decided to purchase when I did. I remember when Oak, Ash, and Thorn was like huge. It was all the rave and everybody was so excited. Here we go, Thistledown. So Thistledown is, I believe, an oracle deck. And then we have the Three Trees Tarot. This is the Oak, Ash, and Thorn. Then we have Heartwood. Ooh, stunning. Look at this packaging, you guys. I'm such a sucker for really good packaging. Okay, and then last but not least, we have Smoke, Ash, and Embers. So here are all of the decks, guys. I am so excited. So we have all of the decks, and then we have all of the lovely little things that came with it, along with this little packet of stickers and this adorable little ornament that is so sweet, and it's going on my tree. You know, I think we'll start with, we'll go in order of their release date, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Oak, Ash, and Thorn, Smoke, Ash, and Embers, Thistledown, and then Heartwood. I think Heartwood is their most recent. Okay, so first things first, we have the Oak, Ash, and Thorn. We are going all out and having the full experience today. So it comes with this beautiful little card. Stunning. Comes with another little kind of intro. It says, Three Trees Tarot proudly presents The Winding, coming soon. And apparently this is the full card. You guys, another sticker, which I showed you already. And then this lovely mini print. Let's see what it says. Hi there. I've possibly traveled thousands of miles or a mere mile or two, but now that I'm here, I must say that it's so lovely to finally meet you. I was created with love, so I'd like to think that I provide gentle readings, guiding you through any ups and downs you might experience. Please think of me as one of your new friends. There's no right or wrong way to use me. In fact, my creator said, that's the great thing about a little deck such as myself. I'm best used intuitively, so I hope you find yourself getting lost in my imagery, interpreting each of my cards in a way that works for you. Want to get to know me a little better? Why not pull a card or two or three? Feel a little bit lost? Don't worry. I come with reference cards to help guide you. I can also be used in conjunction with other tarot books. So grab yourself a nice cup of tea and snuggle up. I can't wait to begin our new adventure together. Faithfully, Oak, Ash, and Thorn. That is so sweet. Okay, so that's the little intro packet that I assume even if you buy these separately, you get all of this. This is why I bought all of them together, because I was like, you know what? I know I'm gonna want every single one of these decks. I've been looking at them since Oak, Ash, and Thorn was released a couple years ago. Here we go. Here's Oak, Ash, and Thorn. You can see just this lovely, let me see, there you go. Lovely production quality from the creators. Everything is just so beautiful. They are eco-friendly, vegetable-based inks. So printed by Generation Press, carbon neutral, solar power. That is so wonderful, you guys. I mean, for the deck creators to be conscious of the ecological ramifications, if you will, of printing decks, and just conscious in general of their impact, that is wonderful. Okay, so it comes like this. We have a recyclable, looks like, seal there. She's chunky. And then we have a front card. Looks like these two are little cheat sheet cards. So they don't come with a guidebook, they just come with these 2 keyword cards, which is lovely. I mean, it makes it easier to travel with. And also, I'm pretty sure this is based on Rider-Waite-Smith, so it's not another blank card. Thank you for your purchase. Oh, I'm so excited. Look at these beautiful backs. I think part of the reason that they decided to do a new iteration of these is because they wanted consistency throughout the production process. And also, these backs I don't believe are reversible. So if you read with reversals, maybe consider getting the newer editions. But I typically don't read with reversals unless the deck is like, you're reading with reversals for me. So I don't mind at all. And I really, really love these backings. So, okay, we're going to go through some of the cards, not all of the cards, because time. I'm going through 4 decks today, so if you need to find a walkthrough, I am sure there is one out there, but we are going to start off with cardstock is lovely. It is matte, you can tell just by the lack of reflection there, but it's not a soft velour or rose petal matte, and the cards slide pretty nicely with each other. So I think the only issue I'm going to have is that I have little hands and shuffling might be a bit clunky at first, but that's fine. The production quality is just stunning. So we have the Fool, Magician, the High Priestess. I can already tell I'm going to love this deck. It's so beautiful. Oh, the Emperor. There's just so much rich. Oh, I love this. The Hierophant and the Owl and the key. It's giving Hecate. The Chariot. Strength. The Hermit. Another owl and a serpent. Ooh, I love that. Especially if you think about serpent energy and karma and the weaving and the winding and Ouroboros and all that symbolism there. This is not just a picture book deck that, you know, doesn't have any fluff. Like, there's so much rich, beautiful symbolism in here, I can already tell, for you to dive really deep into these cards. The Devil. Looks like the Devil is a repeat of the foxes in the Lover card, which I love. Amazing concept. The Tower. The Star. The Moon. The Sun. Oh, I can't wait to work with these, you guys. Judgment. The World. Okay, so now we are in the cup suit. So what I'm going to do actually is just get a nice fan going here. I didn't think about this. Okay, here we go. You can see that there's this kind of beautiful orangey tone, but you know, in some of the other ones there's a little bit of blue and green, which is interesting because usually I associate like bluish tones with the cups. But the squirrels, that is so sweet. Okay, now let's check out the Pentacles suit. Here's the Ace of Pentacles. Now we got rabbits for the Pentacles, it looks like. Okay, let's do a little fan action. Sorry, I'm not the best at fanning out, and I really don't have large hands, guys, so you're just gonna have to trust me on that. Gorgeous. These are stunning. There's really just so much beauty and richness in this deck. I highly, highly recommend it to anyone who's drawn to the imagery. I mean, oh, here's the swords, you guys. Oh. The crows. That's amazing. They really outdid themselves on these. Just the production quality, the quality of the artwork, everything. Sorry, I know that's kind of a messy fan, but... Okay, last suit. We got the wands. Here's the ace. Looks like we are in fox energy here. Beautiful. Let's look at the king and queen and page of wands. Yeah, this is just stunning. I cannot believe. And looks like at the very bottom of the deck there is one bonus card. Possibilities. That's clearly a nod to the next deck, which is Smoke, Ash, and Embers. I don't have a whole lot of words for how stunning this is. I highly, 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 highly recommend giving this deck a try if you are drawn to the artwork, which who wouldn't be? I mean, it is beautiful. The artwork is beautiful. The production quality is beautiful. The storytelling is beautiful. You can just get lost in this world. And I think that the allegory, the metaphor of animal medicine, especially in the context of this deck and the way that it's produced, and how each suit has different types of animals, you can really, really hone in on the energy that's being told and the stories that's being told, both elementally and with like the normal suit associations. It's fucking stunning. Excuse my language. It's really fucking beautiful. Okay. Here we go. Smoke, Ash, and Embers. This is a little welcome packet. I already showed you guys a little bit of it, but I think for time's sake, I'm not going to show you read everything in there, but essentially it's the same kind of thing where you get a little card. I think these are cards from Heartwood. Yeah, it says 3 Trees Tarot proudly presents Heartwood. This must have been their way of promoting the production of Heartwood as it was going. Let's see. And there is one more little envelope in here. They really just go for it with all the little envelopes. Certificate of authenticity. Okay. That's lovely. I love receiving that from deck creators because, you know, there are a lot of counterfeit decks out there. And while I did purchase straight from the website, so I was not concerned about it, it's really nice to have something like that. 1, 2, Smoke, Ash, and Embers. Here we go. Again, production quality is stunning. We have this lovely embossed tuck box with this gorgeous dragon on it. This really is truly an experience. I mean, nice and tight in there again. It's got the recyclable seal. Believe it or not, I don't yap this much in my normal life. Just for y'all. Okay. So again, we have the kind of blank top card. There's also a blank bottom card, and then we have the lovely cheat sheet cards. Just gonna remove those two. And then a thank you so much again from the creators. All right. I love dragons. I really do. I love dragons. We have the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess. Look at that cute little orb. That is so sweet. And the scroll. Yeah. They did such a wonderful production job on this. I keep saying that, but they really did. They knocked it out of the park with this. And also, these are very Rider-Waite-Smith true. So if you're familiar with the Rider-Waite system, this is not going to be a hard deck for you to read with. Oh, the Chariot, look at him. He's floating away on the dandelion. I love how that speaks to the energy of the Chariot, in that the Chariot is the beginning of a journey. But with the floating of the dandelion, it kind of speaks to the element of mystery and just wonder at being carried away on the wind, being carried away in the journey itself, and just the concept of the journey being way more important than the destination. Here we have the Death card. That is the card that I received in the thank you packet. I don't remember which one that was off the top of my head, but I'm sure I'll come across it in a moment. We have the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon. Look at this little dragon basking in the sun. Okay, I love this. Off the top of my head, I don't know which one I like the most. Oh, look at these aces. Oh, the Ace of Cups and the little duck. Stop. That is adorable. Okay, here we go. We're going to do the fan method again. Hopefully y'all can see a little bit better. I'll try and break it up into, just so that you can see the tonality and the texture. Look at these little water dragons, you guys. They're so whimsical and beautiful. And you can tell just like that captures the essence of the cup suit, the romance and the sweetness and the flow in the cup suit so beautifully. Okay, here we are with the pentacle suit. Again, we have more of this kind of earthy, grassy energy happening in these cards. Oh, here we are with the sword suit. Stunning. Here's the ace. Beautiful. I mean, even though it's done in the same art style and the same tonality of the Oak, Ash, and Thorn deck, this deck feels different. It's got its own little spicy dragon adventure energy, whereas the Oak, Ash, and Thorn is a little bit more... Let's look at the Three of Swords because, of course... Oh, that was in another pile. No, I'm not going to go back and look. Yeah, there's a little bit more of this fire energy. Obviously, it's dragons, but it seems like there's a little bit more movement and less stillness in this deck. And so, depending on your mood, you could very easily decide between the two which one you want to use, which is lovely and precisely why I got the deck. Because sometimes I want to do inner child work around the gentle and sweet parts of myself, and sometimes I want to do inner child work around the not so gentle and sweet parts of myself, the parts of myself that wanted to scream and rage like a dragon. So love that for me. And anyone else who decides to utilize the decks in that way. I really do think that they all speak to this inner child energy. And I think that's probably what I'm going to primarily be using them for. But at least those two, maybe not Heartwood, we'll see. And then Thistledown, I'm hoping will become more of a clarifier / daily draw type of thing. Okay, so here we are on to Thistledown. Okay, so again with the little welcome guide, we have another card from Heartwood, which, wow, we are receiving. We got the little spider boy, girl, they. I think this must be, yep, certificate of authenticity, another sticker, and then a lovely salutations from Thistledown. That is beautiful. Okay, on to the cards. Again, gorgeous. Look at this. I love me some embossed anything. Embossed books, embossed decks, any paper, like that sound and just the feel of these is so beautiful. Okay, opening again. All right, here is the back. Hold it up. So this is a little bit smaller than the tarot decks. Let's see, just a size comparison. I put them back in the box, so sorry if, yeah, it's a little bit shorter, but looks like it's the same width, which is lovely. Okay. And then again, we have the meanings on these little cards here. Just lovely. Okay, let's get into the cards. This one, I think I will show you the entire deck. It's way less cards and, you know, I can just chat and yap the whole time. Awareness. Balance. Bravery. How sweet is this? That is so stunning. Calm. I would say all of these decks so far have had a really calm, beautiful forest energy to them. And looks like, oh, look at this owl. Looks like in this deck, we have all of the characters from the subsequent tarot decks. Look, there's that little spider. So sweet. Dawn. Decision. Look at that little anthropomorphic little squirrel with the wings. That's funky. Cute. Ferocity. Friendship. Grief. That turtle imagery is beautiful. It really encourages the slow movement through grief. As we know, grief is not linear, so the slow movement and the presence that the energy of turtle brings to grief is really beautiful. I love that choice on the creator's part. Knowledge, look at that, with all the books and the raven. Maybe this is a crow, but either way, both birds are extremely intelligent and speak to knowledge and wisdom. Listen. The bird imagery really speaking to that feeling of waking up in the morning when you hear the birds outside your window, when you make space to listen to nature, she speaks to you. Memory, moving forward. Ooh, look at these little snails. Again, kind of touching back on that grief card with the concept of moving slowly. I feel like just as a society, we're so rushed all the time to be like, I have to do this. And now that I've done this, I have to be on to the next thing. And we are not meant to work that way. We're really not. Truly, our nature is to graze, forage, hang out, lounge in the sun, you know, and then when the time is necessary, run around, find our food, eat, and then lounge again, and then travel. You know, if you want to think about it from that perspective, we are meant to chill. Like, our world is just so full of overstimulation and constant movement. This deck and these, all of them, really call us to slow down. And I look at this shelter card. I love snakes. Even if you don't like snakes, I don't think a single, or spiders or turtles or creepy crawly things, I think every single character. This is beautiful. This is stunning. Looks like these are, oh yep, these are bonus cards, you guys. Look at these. So even if you, I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent, but guys, get these decks. If you're drawn to them, get them. I think you could probably choose between like all three of the decks and choose the one that you're most drawn to. I wouldn't say that you need every single one of them, but they do offer different perspectives and iterations of concepts that if you're really looking for the nuance, or if you're just an appreciator of the craft and the attention in these decks, you will be happy with any single one that you choose to get. Or you could get all four, like me. I don't even remember what I was talking about 5 seconds ago, so I'm not going to try and rack my brain for what I was saying, but I think you get the gist. Anyway, okay, here is the death card that I had. We have the little thank you packet for Heartwood. Again, it's the same kind of stuff. We have the lovely card from Smoke Ash and Embers. Beautiful. Oh, look, that matches my little ornament from earlier. That is so sweet. Okay. Last but not least, the lovely and most recently, this was released in 2024, so last year. We are on to Heartwood. Look at this, you guys. Again, just the attention to detail in these decks is astounding. Look at these backs. This little mouse. That is so sweet. Okay, again, I'm just going to take off the front and back cards. Yep, looks like we have these. Looks like this deck is borderless, like the Thistledown deck. Wow. Which, again, I love. Look at all the pomegranates. Such a nod to the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery with the pomegranates in the background. The Empress, the Emperor, Hierophant, the Lovers. Oh, there are 2 options for the Lovers. We love that. The Chariot. So you could have the option of picking which one you resonate with the most, or keeping them both in the deck. Should you pull either or, they might mean something a little bit different for you. Ooh, the Owl with Justice. Gorgeous. The Hanged Mouse. Oops. Death. So the mouse seems like a primary theme, or, you know, the mouse was the Fool card, so we kind of see the mouse moving through each energy. Ooh, the Devil, look at that, with that bottle of what looks to be poison. And he's wrapped in these thorns, probably drinking it, not realizing that he can just skitter away into the brush and do something else with his time if he wants to. The Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, the World. Oh, Unease. Oh, guys, we get extra cards. Discovery, Tend, Surprise, Home. Okay, here we are in the Cup suit. Here we go. We have all this lovely cup energy. Well, this deer is darling as the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. So looks like once the Fool really is the mouse in all of the major arcana, and then looks like once we get into the suits, the mouse becomes less of a central and more of an observer through the energy of the animals in each cup, which I think is a really great choice on the illustrator's part, because yes, it is, you know, primarily the mouse who is going through all of these, but every energy of each suit is a little different, and I think having all of the different animals in there is a wonderful way to help tell the story and bring different elements to it. Why was I not doing this before? Gorgeous. Okay, Ace of Swords, sword suit. Again, we got those beautiful blue and gray tones. Look at that king. That is a perfect King of Swords. Okay, and last but not least, the Wand suit. Wow, this wolf. Amazing. If you are still here, you're a trooper. Thank you. I'm so over the moon and so excited about these decks, you guys. I really highly recommend them. As I work with them more, I might do individual reviews on them specifically for each one, but just right off the bat, I'm insanely impressed by the production quality. I know that's what so many people have talked about when it comes to these decks, is that the production quality, the illustration, the unboxing experience, all of it is so lovely. And now that I've done it, I can totally attest to that. Three Trees Tarot, thank you. This level of quality is something that is often missing from a lot of the mainstream decks, and so it's such an honor to be able to support indie creators that really pay attention to the way that they package their decks and the experience of using them. So as somebody who is tarot and oracle obsessed, it just makes my heart so happy. So thank you. If you want to purchase these decks, I'm going to leave the link down below so you can purchase them on your own time. Again, I recommend any of these decks. Whichever one you're drawn to, maybe start with one and just kind of go from there. But I don't think you're going to be disappointed with anything that you get from this company. So thank you again for watching and for hanging out with me this afternoon. And I hope you all have a lovely day. I will see you in the next video. Take care.